Approaching 6:49, back here this Wednesday with our top stories in our Smart Start. The man accused of stalking women along the canal in Pittsford has been arrested again. 29-year-old Alexander Levitsky of Brockport was caught yesterday in Rochester over claims of harassing a woman on her way to work.
In fact, just last week, News 8 spoke with the Pittsford officials about their complaints they received of harassment involving this same suspect. One of those complaints landed Levitsky and a harassment charge from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. The town supervisor there, Bill Smith, says there is a recognizable pattern of disturbing behavior.
This is someone who is on a bicycle, who will, if he finds a woman walking along the canal, will start circling around her on the bike, following her, then repeating it, circling around again.
RPD says Tuesday, Levitsky approached a woman while riding his bicycle around 7:30 a.m. on Park Ave. He allegedly made unwanted sexual comments towards her, followed her into her workplace, and then refused to leave. Investigators add at one point in this interaction, Levitsky lunged at the woman. RPD took him into custody and he was arraigned on harassment charges, pled not guilty, and was released.
We're learning more about this man killed in a small plane crash late last week at Maplewood and Bridgeview Drive near the Genesee River. It was Friday afternoon. The plane went down suddenly just after 1:30 p.m. Two men were inside. One was pulled from the wreckage and the other taken to the hospital. 80-year-old Thomas Stewart from Churchville died at the scene. Where exactly they were flying that day remains under investigation. Members of the NTSB and the FAA have been here. They will look into what exactly led up to those fatal moments.
The Brockport Arts Festival set to kick off in just a few days, and around 40,000 people or more all expected to come out this weekend for the celebrations. But a bridge project connecting the north and south sides of the community delayed once again, and that is creating quite the headache, a rush to pivot plans.
Terrible news for businesses on one side of the canal. Now, festival organizers say they were reassured several times the bridge would open on time. And now they know that's not happening. This has been a years-long ordeal, multiple delays, and organizers do credit the resiliency of the volunteers and the whole village for adapting. Working with all the stakeholders, they say they decided to move everything to the south side of the canal for the festival, and that was the best decision they could make given their hand dealt.
Not only will the bridge not be passable, but it is not even capable of going completely into the down position, nor are the surfaces prepared for anyone who could do the stairs to go up and over the bridge. It was very disheartening when we got the news.
The DOT tells News 8 it is working to address unforeseen mechanical issues that came up during equipment tests on both the Brockport and Albion lift bridges, and it expects to have this all resolved in the next couple of weeks, saying the safety of the traveling public is always top priority, and we appreciate the community's patience as we still work to complete the final stages of this important project to rehab those historic bridges. So that is still not available to cross the canal there in Brockport. Elsewhere, your sunrise traffic updates. Everything is picking up. The volume there, 490 in and out of downtown, passing by the ballpark and coming towards the inner loop. We'll be checking sunrise traffic again, as always, when we join you every half hour during CBS Mornings.
Well, some great news here for Rochester Knighthawks fans. The team's not going anywhere, staying right here in a new era for pro sports as the team has been purchased by the Seneca Nation. The official announcement came yesterday morning at Blue Cross Arena. The Seneca Nation and Seneca Holdings LLC bought the National Lacrosse League franchise as the Pagula family stepped away from running the team earlier this summer. The group's president says the game they love as part of their culture. They want to keep it going. In fact, they're thrilled to keep the Knighthawks downtown.
This was, I think, a great decision. I think certainly the excitement of the ability to own a professional sports team may be a little bit out of the box for a lot of our people's thinking. But I think once the opportunity came, we looked at it and we realized the importance of it and our connection to this game of lacrosse and what it means to us.
The commissioner for the NLL says it was a seamless transition with the Pagula family, which really came together over the last few months. And the terms of the agreement are confidential, but they say the Seneca Nation is, quote, in it for the long haul. The Knighthawks are coming off a third straight trip to the playoffs after winning a franchise record-tying 10 games last season.
As we go inside the huddle, Bills Mafia can now see everything behind the scenes at Fisher from training camp. The first episode of Hard Knocks is live. made its debut late last night. The series follows the team's day-to-day activities, including an inside look at all the meetings, different practices, and yeah, some fun. The pranks along the way. Each episode comes out weekly, Tuesday nights. You can also stream the episodes now, HBO Max. The season finale is coming up Tuesday, September 2nd.
And the Bills Mafia box is back at McDonald's locations in Rochester and all over New York, featuring artwork paying tribute to the current Highmark Stadium before the team's move next year. The combo includes 2 cheeseburgers, 2 medium fries, and a 20-piece McNugget. Maybe to share, or maybe just all for you. And Bills fans can also score a free Big Mac with any $2 purchase every time the Bills get a sack on their opponents. Those deals start on Monday. So do you just hang out at the McDonald's and then every sack you get a new Big Mac?
I think so.
They do it for Monday.
Is that the plan?
If it starts next week, preseason, that counts.
Yeah.
Can't we? Yeah.
Sure.
Double check that.
Gosh, how many Big Macs can you fit in a day?
Yeah, well, hopefully there's no small print.
Yeah.
There always is.
Right. Hey, we've got nice warm weather next couple of days. That's why I love the Bills preseason games, because you get 90.
That's
right?
hot Saturday afternoon.
Oof.
Yeah.
So it'll be a warm one for you. They'll be practicing for when they have to go down to Miami.
Sure.
Right? Later in the season. The only chance for rain is going to be likely this afternoon, and then next week we'll probably dry Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. So looks good for any of those weekend activities.
That is just about to do it for us here this morning. We still have our podcast coming your way at 9. Live here from Studio A, second cup of sunrise. Don't miss it, download it, and watch with the Rochester First streaming app.
Makes me wonder what you guys are going to talk about today.
It might be salt and pepper.
Yeah,
How
I'll go
we do
over
that.
my JG dry rub, I call it. I'll give you my recipe for what I put in my
He's
dry
spilling
rub.
the secrets?
I'll spill it all. I'll give you exact amounts and each ingredient as well. So join us then. I'll let you know what I put in there.
Okay, well, trade secrets coming up here at 9. I'm still not over you putting pepper on corn.
Yeah, pepper on corn.
Everything.
Salt,
Load it up,
butter,
spice.
leave it.
Load it up.
Yeah.
Load it up.
So you know, if you get the right stuff, sometimes you don't have to put anything on it.
We should
That's true,
ask
this
the
week.
Bill Gray's people when they show up for the backyard barbecue tonight.
Settle it.
In the afternoon.
Settle it for us.
How do they do it? And we'll get the video evidence.
Yeah, you can either steam it or sometimes you just grill it with the husk right on. You ever tried that?
Yeah.
I don't like all the extra, the peeling that you need to do then. All the
strings
little
on there.
stringy bits,
Sure.
and then you get it in the teeth. That's the most uncomfortable feeling.
Well, I think it always goes in the teeth no matter what.
Yeah.
Floss
That's
has to
true.
be next to the corn.
Nature's floss is there.
That's
Yeah.
nature's floss.
Enjoy your Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you at 7:25.
See you on the podcast with these two. Have a great day.